Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So some of you may remember this box that I painted. It was a bit controversial, I thought it would be. I painted it the dark blue. So not everyone appreciated that I'd painted it. There were a few comments, not many though. But one person liked it and reached out to me and asked if I would paint their small box for them. So I decided, yeah, I'll do that. It's just a small one. Now these boxes are mass produced and they are laser cut, the carvings, so they aren't hand carved. So the value of them is quite low. And if this person wants it painted, so be it. So I decided, yep, I'll paint this box for you. So I first removed all the hardware, just this latch here. So my thoughts on painting wooden furniture is, if they're not using it, but they still like it, they want to keep it, why not freshen it up with a bit of colour? And if they like it, then they'll use it. I mean, you could give it away to somebody else, but if they want to keep it, it might have sentimental value, but they just don't like the look of it. So yeah, in my opinion, painting's okay on certain things. So I cleaned it with this little wire brush, just got into all the little nooks and crannies, to get out all the dust that was stuck in there. On the previous box I'd water blasted it, but this one I just used a little wire brush. Just did a few little repairs. There was a loose hinge there and just needed the screws tightening up. The inside of the box is pretty good, just a little stain there, but she said not to worry about that. So I'm just doing the outside of this box today. So I use this Restoleum Time to primer and undercoat. It's an undercoat primer, and I just spray painted the whole thing, just so my paint would adhere a lot better, and to give it that white base, so my paint is true to colour rather than being a darker colour because of the background was so dark. So there it is after the coat. Just one coat would do, and I decided I'd use this fusion mineral paint called Everett, and I went over and gave the whole box a coat. I just took my time just to get into all those nooks and crannies, make sure it was completely covered. And as I'm painting this, I'm thinking, well, it might be a bit light, but I know the paint always dries a bit darker, so I'll wait and see at the end if I like this green or not. I just used a soft brush that I knew would get into all those gaps and give a good coat. Time for a coffee break. My wrist was getting a little bit sore here. So the top looks a bit darker there just because of how the light was shining. And that's about the darkness that I want, that sort of shade. So I'm thinking I may put some antiquing wax or something on it later to darken it up a little bit. So here it is after one coat, which gave good coverage, and I went ahead and did a second coat. So I had a good look at it, and every now and again I could see just a tiny little bit of white left. So I got my artist brush and I just touched up where I could see little bits of white. It's funny, you think you've got it all and then hello, there's another little piece that you've missed. So just take your time and make sure you get every little piece. So the latch was a little bit tarnished on one side, so I thought I'd put some of this decor wax, gilding wax over the thing just to lighten that tarnished bit and just so it was all uniform. I just use gloves and just use my fingers. It's a lot easier than using a brush, I find. Quite nice, this gold wax. It takes the shine off a little bit, but I quite like that. Gives it that aged look. So after that's completely dry, I just went over it with a dry cloth and just buffed it up a little bit. Just pop the hardware back on, just use the same screws. These little boxes, chests, they smell really nice. I think it's cedar wood inside. I think that's supposed to help with like moths and things like that, I'm not sure, but they always smell so nice. Just lining that up now and finish screwing it in. Just put a little bit of gilding wax on the screws because they were darker. They were sort of dark rusty brown colour, so just touch those up so it's all uniform. So now looking at it, I think I should use some furniture wax. So this is a dark brown black furniture wax from Fusion Mineral. And this is just going to help darken the green, but it's also going to give it depth. So you're going to be able to see the shadowing of the carvings, and it's going to make it look a lot better. So I just use my soft wax brush and just brush it on. Make sure you give it really good coverage. You can see there how much darker it is. So after that, I just get a microfiber cloth and I just gently wipe away the excess. So all the high points that are sticking up, I just take a bit of the wax off and leave the wax in the grooves. So you can see there the dark coming through. And here's the finished result. She was very pleased with the end result. So what do you think of the end result? Yay or nay? Hey, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.